Yo, what is up, guys? We are back today, and back today with something new indeed and exciting. It's definitely been a while since we played Marvel Spider-Man on PS4. I can't even, begin to tell you how great of a game this was. A lot of you guys who've already beaten it, played it, it's definitely been 2 years, about 2 years since the game's initial release. Most of us have already played it. Most of you that are watching this video have already played it. And with that being said, regarding everything Marvel's Spider-Man 2 will be the next game, and it's definitely already been confirmed. It's in the work. They got story concepts. They got art concepts out. Insomniac and all the other producers and creators of the main game are definitely well underway with creating the next big Marvel Spider-Man 2 game. And with that being said, I want to tell you guys a little bit about kind of what I found, and it's pretty crazy, Kind of kicking things off, what we found out is the fact that there has been a leak, and for those of you who don't know, Marvel's Spider-Man 2 is set to kick off of holiday season 2021. So we definitely Marvel's Spider-Man 2 within that release date. Obviously, that's during Christmas time. Miles Morales is in this photo in his high school hallway. What it looks to be in a kind of a thrashed and busted up and torn apart looking hallway of the school. He's standing in an aggressive stance. Miles Morales, as we know, is a younger, Spider-Man. In this case scenario, is mentored by Peter Parker. And in this hallway, he's looking down the hall with the green smoke deep beyond at the end of it, surrounding the area. And definitely caused panic and fear within the whole, if not the whole school, at least half of it of what we can see. And if you focus on that green smoke, you definitely get a nice look at the fact that it can be Mysterio, and I think it is. That kind of leaks out another leak, if you will, and Mysterio will make his appearance in the game. Other things that have been confirmed so far is the fact that they're going to really emphasize on the graphics and the gameplay and already improve upon the wonderful web-swinging environment. So not only will the mechanics of the web slinging capability be improved, but will also be maneuvered a little bit into different type of directions and different like artistic styles when you're playing, which is cool. Different animations can happen when you're swinging. They're going to try to amp those up a little bit upon what they have. And the weather is a big thing that they're working on. We're going to see some different weather changes in Manhattan when you're swinging through the Big Apple as the mighty spider himself. You're going to see some snow, light snow, heavy snow, and heavy rain is what they confirmed, stating that with the weather, it's gonna like kind of fall on your suit. It's gonna brush off when you're moving, when you're swinging, when you're standing still. It's gonna kind of compile a little bit on your suit. You're gonna see the footprints running when you're walking and running around. And then also same thing with the rain. You'll kind of see the splashes as you go when you're zooming through the streets or when you're landing. That lovely superhero landing. So that's going to be really, really cool, and I'm excited. And the fact that it takes place, holiday season. They had, in that picture that we saw, there was a Christmas tree that fell down in the hallway with Miles Morales facing off against Mysterio. If they do keep that, that's going to be awesome. I can kind of see some big emotions compiling up from there, post and prior to that event, regarding the story. Kind of skipping into other things, though. So we can kind of get a look at it. Marvel's Spider-Man 2 will also feature a different nice little pair of Easter eggs. We can also expect the story is going to pick up right where it left off. MJ is out of New York City. She went on a trip. That probably happened during the DLC, I believe, for those of you who have played that. She's going to come back. Peter definitely fell back into the Daily Bugle, is what they said. He fell back into the Daily Bugle. J. Jonah Jameson has returned because obviously he spent so much time thrashing Spider-Man, and all Spider-Man did was save the city. You can imagine how a podcast based on that structure would blow up in someone's face when the hero is clearly the one and only. So obviously that pushed him back, as MJ is definitely inflicted by the news there. She also comes back and they work together, which should be a relief, based on what the creators said the game would revolve around. We see that Harry is going to be a big thing. Harry Osborn is going to be a big thing. We're going to see him kind of withhold the symbiote, as you said, that little ending at the end of the main game of Marvel Spider-Man 1. You saw him kind of in that, testing, cure. It looked like that goblin, project that could potentially help Harry, be cured from what he had, and a little bit of a mixture with the symbiote in there. We all saw that scene towards the end of the game. He's going to have a big impact. He's actually opposing, according to what people said in the sources, he's actually going to, cause some damage, and Peter's going to have to face a decision and overcome some adversity of stopping his best friend, something we've definitely seen in some movies here and there, but obviously that won't last when Peter gets some of that symbiote that he finds in the middle of a street or a back alley. So that's what's going to happen there. They're going to kind of make that into something special and correlating into putting it into the story to where it blends in really nicely. So what they say. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. The transition from Harry having the symbiote to Peter Parker. And they're definitely going to escape away from the whole Web of Shadows aspect. So what I mean by that is, if you guys ever played the game Web of Shadows, Spider-Man game, I love that game, by the way. The symbiote's not going to look like that, but they're going to blend it in with more of the advanced Spider-Man suit, at least for right now, unless they change that along the way. They do have a year and a half. Keep that in mind. But on top of that, another thing that they're going to plan on doing is they're going to introduce us to a lot of side missions, like friendly neighborhood Spider-Man missions. Not only are you going to be able to fight thugs and car chases and find out missing people using your spider sense, but they're going to also add in friendly neighborhood missions, which is really cool. So getting a balloon for a little kid, maybe like rescuing a cat from a tree, we don't know. But they definitely confirmed little things such as a balloon got stuck in the air, like got tied up in a helicopter, like the landing pad part of it on the bottom, which would make sense. You grab that, you give it back to the kid. That's kind of how that wraps up. That's going to be cool, and that's also pays homage to Spider-Man 2. How we played that back in PS2, for those of you that can remember that. So that's how they're going to fit that in. Another great thing that I'm really, really, really excited about is they're going to include some Fantastic Four and Daredevil mentions in there. They stated that they want to try to get those in there. There's going to be a Hell's Kitchen mission, and obviously we will see the great old blind lawyer from Hell's Kitchen, and don't need to say who that is. That's already a notation in itself. So that's kind of going to be cool. There's going to be a mission there. If we don't actually see him, I hope we do. But if we don't see him, if we don't see Daredevil, then we'll definitely get a mention of his name. Another thing they're going to try to do is, regarding the Fantastic Four, is they said the Fantastic Fiery missions or Fantastic Fury missions. Obviously, you can imagine you're going to get a race between the Human Torch. So you're going to get a couple races in there between the Human Torch. They want to definitely inflict some of those missions in there for fun, which will be pretty nice. And Miles Morales will be playable. This was said as well. Miles Morales will be playable. He will have his suit. Hell yeah, I know you guys are excited about that. He'll have his suit. You'll play as him. That's what they said. Again, they can restructure some things. They don't have to live up to it, but one can only hope, correct? So we'll definitely, see what's going on. I like the direction they're headed in. I like the fact that they're incorporating different weather environments. They're going to be more realistic. Obviously, you can't have a Spider-Man game without 10, 12 suits. We're definitely going to have that in time. And the fact that we'll have a couple different playable characters as well. I'd be insulted if we didn't. And if by the end of the game, if we don't end up playing as Miles Morales himself, then, wearing that Spidey suit regarding all this time to train, it'll be pretty crazy. But I'm definitely excited to see how that story wraps up with Harry, what they improve upon, and one last thing that is so far in the midst of planning, that is 3 DLCs. That's right, another 3 set of DLCs. One involving Carnage. Cletus Cassidy will definitely make his appearance, and that will be phenomenal. Morbius, the vampire, one of Spider-Man's most formidable foes. We definitely haven't seen a lot of him, but we're definitely looking forward to. I know there's a Morbius movie coming out with Jared Leto. That will be nice, but we have intentions on seeing Morbius in Marvel Spider-Man 2 when it's released, upon being in one of the DLCs. So that will be interesting how they incorporate that. He is a foe of many Marvel characters, not only Spider-Man. And then on top of that, to finish it off, can't forget about Yuri Watanabe. So Yuri will definitely return in the form of Wraith, her alter ego that she adopted based on the fact that Hammerhead killed one of her partners. We cannot forget about that. That Spider-Man is not done with Yuri because she turned into something else based off the fact that the system was corrupt, and the system was not corrupt. The system was a little broken, and she felt like she should become something else, which was more of an adversary to protect people in a different way. Not so much a hero, but not so much a villain. You definitely, she felt the fact that by protecting the people and everybody around her, it didn't matter what she did. She did kill a couple dogs. We saw that as we were investigating. Different bands and stuff, purple and yellow linings around certain victim areas. Spider-Man got a piece of that. So we know she will return as Wraith. She is the 4th and latest Wraith alter ego personnel of being said character, and that will be exciting nonetheless. Again, I want to thank you guys for watching this video. Like it up, subscribe, thumbs up, flex it out, whatever you guys doing, all things justice. This is Fast 40. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like and the bell, for the next latest and greatest video. I appreciate that, so you get the automatic update when the video, when I release the next video. Again, I'm excited. It's going to be awesome. We do have, quite a bit of time left, and I will definitely be doing a series of that. So, again, thank you guys. We'll definitely come back to this when more updates are rumored around. You guys take care and stay safe out there. Stay good. Peace.